Welcome back. Obviously, we've had two fantastic maps, but we're into the third and final one. It is going to be Train, Cloud9 versus Complexity. It's been some interest in CS. It's boiled down to this point in time now. Biffy, how's this one going to go?
Cloud9.
Yeah? You reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think that for Complexity, they had their chance on Cash. We were even saying in the beginning where, you know, I had initially Cloud9 winning 2-0 because, you know, they show great strength on Dust 2 yesterday versus TSM, and then Cash as well, one of their better maps, and then winning that one. And now for Train, I feel like for Complexity, if they would have had a chance to win this, they would have had to try and win 2-0.
Yeah. It did sort of seem like that. Obviously, picking up Dust 2 was always the map that, for me, I sort of favoured them on because I knew it to sort of play into their playbook a little bit more. They can go for that over-aggressive style of CS. They definitely did, and it backed up. But into Cash, I mean, it all just sort of comes down to that one round where Stewie instantly shut them down. From then on, they were never able to recover and lost out in a very close affair. So there's going to be a little bit of confidence left in them, but have they got enough to really find their way through on a map like Train at this point?
I think that now, I was looking at the screen, so I'm not sure who actually won the knife, but Cloud9 will start on the CT side here, so gives Complexity more of a room, but just start on the T side, which is technically supposed to be the easier side on Train. And then here, I think this is for Cloud9, this is where Skadoodle comes into play. And we need to see witmer the way he was on Dust 2. If witmer from Cash shows up, then Skadoodle, I think, just going to have a field day on this map.
Oh, definitely. He'll be able to just tear his way through him. I mean, that was definitely one of the main points as well. Witmer, he needs to tone it down a little bit with the level of aggression we saw coming out, and it could definitely be something that comes into effect on a map like Train. But talking about aggression, Shroud and Co, a trio of CTs as they pop out and find that instant and frag on towards a kiss.
Yeah, we got to clarify now, so it's a kiss.
Yeah, a.
It's not a kiss.
No, not a single
I do
one.
prefer that better.
It sounds better, but unfortunately for him, he is dead. Much like Witmer as well as they hit the ground. Trying to overrun that A bomb site. Shroud just lying in wait over White Ivy. And it will play into him. Takes him down with that P2000 with a one tap, goes in for more as well, and Skadoodle gets that final frag on towards dephh.
Complexity had a lot of utility that round, and they opted to try and fake B with it and just running outside. Problem there is that I would probably have preferred Complexity to use those smokes and flashes outside instead, to do a little bit of a smoke wall and get the bomb down and just flash Cloud9 away to get a better positioning. Because you're against P2000s and USBs here with no smokes and no utility. Cloud9 just pick you apart.
Nice name actually coming out there early on as well. Transfers a fair bit of damage over. It could come into effect a little bit later on into the action.
I mean, Complexity here, not getting the bomb down, actually not going for that force bite that we are used to seeing, especially on a map like Train on T side. Normally what ends up happening is that they buy a bunch of smokes, a bunch of flashes, just creates the wall and try and gets the bomb down. Instead here, Complexity opted to just buy a bunch of pistols, Deagles particularly. I think they just got robbed off by Android here with the one big. I feel like they want to do the same. It's not really working out for them though.
Again, picked off, not being able to even use those Deagles from range to find those open frags, which is quite unfortunate. That's what they want to try and do, but nothing. A little bit confused there, potentially just runs out in front of Android and didn't take long for him to actually find that frag. sancz, take down Stewie. All of them just trying to go for the knife at this point, and Skadoodle will actually pick it up. And if Complexity weren't a little bit annoyed before, I think they will be now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And sure, that wasn't a one tap from Android, but I think every single time we bought an Eagle, he actually ended up getting a frag so far this game. But it's a little bit weird. I mean, if you're gonna spend $650 anyway on buying a Deagle, then you might as well, you know, buy smokes and nades instead.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. He was getting that one frag every time, but there wasn't much return off the back of it because it was one kill a little bit late into the round. And it's going to be a very aggressive rush. Nothing actually gets his head peeled straight back. Fantastic stuff. Stewie trying to control the situation. Another 3K. Skadoodle claimed one as well on towards Witmer. And it's just left on dephh now. 1 versus 4, and eventually 4 for Stewie. That's a 4K, as you can see as well. Cloud9 really trying to put the fear into their opponents, shooting those bodies after they get the frags and going for the knives as well. They're definitely trying to bring the pain to Complexity. Want them to have no confidence into this final map.
Yes, Stu, I think opting to save that scout. It's not actually a bad idea. You're going to have a lot of long distance duels here on Train and Skadoodle, or yeah, Skadoodle with the op. Witmer as well, and this is what they're always talking about, that op showdown on this map.
The Skadoodle Have this aggressive peek back here as well. Actually get a nice opener, juicy shot there onto ECS, and he gets the fall back.
Just regular default round for complexity, just taking some control. Sure, lost the entry. They only really have 2 smokes left as well, so it could be a little bit tricky.
Taps coming in, we'll take that down to 60 HP as they try and overrun towards that bomb site. Nice headshot actually coming out as the best nothing in Mortal Kombat there. Slemmy with one as well though towards Ivy. He will fall for the back of sancz, but it's a 3 versus 3 dephh. Essentially dead at this point. 6 HP left on him, really not looking healthy at all. Molotov going in, he has to back off. He really was basically just meant to keep him towards that bomb strike, try and force him to rotate over. The only thing is the bomb's been left miles away. They've got 45 seconds left on the clock. They need to go back and recover that android. With the frag coming in, he takes down Stewie. The trade goes back off the peak of Shroud, and it's just left on sancz. A 1 versus 2. Pincer coming into effect as well as they slowly creep towards him. Finds that headshot on towards Shroud, but there's someone over by A1. Is he aware? As he creeps out, he gets behind Bomb Train, does have the angle. Skadoodle wants to go for the wide peak. He spots him by an electric box, but somehow has the composure to hit the shot.
Yeah. Oh boy. Complexity, the bomb down in a very awkward situation. Yeah. They came from Ivy as well and outside of T connector, and dephh doing a really good job in holding Cloud9 back there on the B bomb side, and we saw the rotate over. Cloud9 taking a lot of unnecessary duels actually. You know, you have the advantage. Just wait until they stick the bomb and then you can go for it rather than going 1 by 1, giving sancz that nice shot by Skadoodle, getting sancz the positioning and potentially winning the round, and that's exactly what happened.
Now into this one, what are they going to be able to achieve? Aggression towards Ivy. Slemmy's there. Did a fairly good job in the previous rounds, but he's going to have to try and do it again into this one. See if the peak is going to come out as he subs off that train. Is forced to fall back. Took an awful lot of damage. A kiss has already been actually taken down as well. But dephh and android doing good work as they try and get these entries towards the bomb site. Skadoodle finally arrives on the scene as he quickly got a come towards connector. Slemmy's going to go down. Couldn't deal with the aggression that came towards him this time by Ivy. Finds Skadoodle as well. And this round's got so out of hand. Cloud9, they really need a miracle to bring it back at this point. And Stewie, maybe that's just what they need. He's got the firepower, all the natural tools to actually pick this one up as well. It's definitely winnable. He begins to get a little bit aggressive. He uses that utility. He isn't going to force sancz to peek him. A bit of a shame, I think that was the idea. They want to try and get sancz to go for the peek, or else he would have been burnt to a crisp.
It's a little bit weird. Complexity, second round in a row here where the bomb is way off track, and especially when they opted to go for such an aggressive push outside, giving Stu a lot of time here to change position and eventually clutch the round for Cloud9.
He has been very lax with where they've been leaving that bomb for the late rounds. Obviously, the entry frags and accidentally lose it and it gets dropped off. They did spot Stewie there as he just runs away. He'll most likely be able to pull this save off, you'd imagine. Does go back down through Pop Dog. Might actually want to try and go for it. He's got an awful lot of time. Doesn't have the kit, but the bomb's only just been planted. They've got some good after-plant positions. They don't really have much of a reason to face right now. Stewie just trying to clear the site, checking all the angles to see if he can spot them out. No one peeking. Probably will just scurry away in a minute.
Yeah, so important that sancz actually ended up seeing Stewie push up to Pop Dog, since he was over at the old bomb train before. Getting that peek and getting that call, and you saw Complexity playing it very smart there, not really showing themselves. They knew he would be going down from this area and not giving him any space to even get removed close to the end of the round. So great job by Complexity again there. I would prefer for them to drop the bomb somewhere else, a little bit closer perhaps, just so you're not in the same situation that you just were, and giving so much space and room for Stewie to call back into that round.
Aggression coming out towards that B bomb site very early on. So they just flood their way through. The thing is, there's only one man on the scene at the minute. That's going to be nothing. PT50 in hand. They have a hard time to really hold them back. The smoke goes down. He is just tapping away, trying to land the shot, but not quite do it. We'll find that headshot. Come towards Android. A kiss with a trade back, though. Now we're just starting to drop like flies now. Stewie2K coming in from the rear. Very powerful to this, but witmer The reactions on that were absolutely sick.
Yeah, Complexity with just regular push out B. Stewie with the flank, the only one with HP really, and witmer just took his head off. And for Slemmy and Skadoodle now, it's just about saving that weapon. Not trying to lose it, because you look at Cloud9's money here. It's still a little bit low after losing that last round.
Trying to find that frag into with sancz, but didn't quite do it. Skadoodle's going to go down as well. It's unfortunate, won't be able to hold on to that weapon into the following rounds. The buys will have to be coming out. Cash isn't overly fantastic for them as well. They're going to have to skimp on nades a bit here.
Yeah, that as well. You're going to have to, yeah, you're going to get less nades, but you're also not going to get that up on Skadoodle. And sure, when it's 3-3 as well, you do get a solid buy. So this early on into the game, not actually having an op on Skadoodle is still fine. Because if you end up winning this one, you see your Complexity also don't have an op. So it's a little bit even in terms of that, in terms of the long range duels that you end up having. And Complexity again with just a regular approach, just doing a regular default, taking control of Ivy, and then smoke inside.
Yeah, with that shot going down into nothing, instantly to kick this one off. He's got that elevated angle, does a good job of getting that shot off him towards dephh, even though he's taking so many hits. Flurry of bullets coming towards him. Shroud, somehow the one-man army for the side of Cloud9. He's going to get the 2K. He still has to dispatch 2 more members of the side of Complexity. They're given enough time to actually slip through connector. Paranoid as well, he'll just spam into that. He's going to have to rotate the long way round as he doesn't want to run through the smoke. Someone could just be standing on the other side and instantly slay him. That's going to make him waste so much more time. He doesn't have a kit, so it's vital he gets there soon as well. Sprinting in! But Android had the angle covered off the back of a little bit of a panic, adjusted himself, and then eventually found the shot.
Yeah, we saw that again for Complexity, just taking advantage of the outside area with semi-aggressive smokes, just playing the smokes perfectly. And for Cloud9 now, you saw there the second round now that they ended up losing pretty much the same kind of execute that Complexity had. I think coming in here, you will see a Nico from Cloud9, but I think for the next round, they need to play a little bit more aggressive, play in front of the smokes rather than behind them, and have a good approach to it.
Begins to kick off into this round though. Damage being transferred across the board. 2 frags instantly on the way of Complexity though, but pull right back a little bit. Nothing finds 2 kills, but it isn't really going to be anything too fantastic. There's damage to the side of Complexity's economy, which is going to help them out, but with just Slemmy left in a 1v3, doubt he'll really find too much. Could get a weapon if he's lucky, try and scavenge one of those fallen AKs. That'll probably be the best bet.
Yeah, just take your time here.
Let's peek out. Actually finds the frag as well towards sancz. Makes his life a little bit easier, and there's a lot of potential riding on him, but it's going to be quite hard. Throwing over towards A-Kiss. Couldn't actually take him down. He's trying to see what he can do as he backs around, but dephh is going to land that headshot, and he will fall.
Yeah, cutting it close. Complexity with pretty much just a P250 buy here. And now it's going to be interesting to see. Cloud9 haven't really used the time up, but it should be an easy fix. Just talk a little bit amongst yourself. It's like, well, what are you doing outside? We lost the 2 very important rounds on that. And so, well, they're throwing out the smokes. And Stewie now as well, the same as Shroud, have really good spawns to do something aggressive here on the outside area. No, you're going to see the same kind of setup from Cloud9.
Ooh, Slemmy, go for this peek towards Ivy. Didn't actually catch out sancz there, and they're both just waiting. They've done a good job of actually really putting the pressure on him. He hasn't been able to defend Ivy that many times, as they've just overwhelmed him and just really ripped his way.
Yeah, and I think that's the little change you saw as well in Slemmy just buying that up instead. Trying to get that initial, but...
Oh, nice stuff. As he goes for the peek. sancz misses the follow-up, unfortunately. Panicking a little bit now as he has to reposition. Really being pushed from all angles, and will eventually go down. A-Kiss still on point with his entry frags. 2 kills already on the board for him. dephh, as he jumps off a bomb train as well, rattling off both shots. Will take down nothing. Is he aware of the positioning? Stewie2K will come out, takes down witmer. Unfortunately for him, dephh was there on the trade. A-Kiss with a final frag as well, on towards Skadoodle.
Yeah, same thing happened again there. Seems like they're just abusing Slemmy here on Ivy. He does get the entry, but then misses a lot of crucial shots when they came out from T-connector and also out Ivy, and he just ended up going down, and giving that whole quad area to Complexity just gives so much space to do a lot of work. And it didn't really work out. They tried something new. They tried a double up setup. They really need to just revise this, because clearly playing defensive doesn't work.
It's definitely an issue. Russian coming out actually towards the P bomb site, and Stewie does overwhelm witmer, takes him down. They can recover that AWP if they want to try and go for it. There's no one really there to get the trade frag, so he'd be able to do so very easily.
This is actually looking it's not looking too bad for Cloud9 now. Slemmy with the headshot on ECS as well.
dephh gets that opening frag towards Skadoodle, but unfortunately didn't clutch that out. Really until it was too late. So the pick does come back in. He grabbed the AWP as well, and it's definitely a weapon that he can use very effectively, so hopefully we'll get to see a bit of that.
Extremely unsure why Stewie actually rotated back there. They have the bomb, he does have an AWP as well, and they have connector control, so he could have actually played it a little bit more aggressive up on upper, maybe at least pick them one more shot. Even if you don't kill him, you can fall back after, because right now you have no control over if Complexity ends up getting the bomb or not.
Things as well, did they not spot out the bomb at that point when Stewie actually went for the peek? I thought he should have seen it when he killed dephh, so he should be aware of what's going on.
Unless he can spot the bomb from all the way over there, but I don't think so. No. Extremely weird, actually. With the lack of time, though, they have to actually go down lower here.
Oh, he spotted a foot. He will be aware of that. Just coming in towards the big bomb site. Nice flick from Stewie, and this is just what I was talking about. He is very effective with that. And they're all going to have to try and push him together. Thought we might have seen that backstab play from ECS, but he's opted to just come back and try and help his teammate. Obviously, things got a bit risky. Stewie landing that headshot, but unfortunately couldn't quite take it through to find the frag. It went through the wood. ECS will take down Stewie. I think we'll eventually get that trade on towards Android, the smoke going in. And the Molotov to try and force them back. They can't quite tap the bomb just yet. Neither of these players with armor as well. Nothing has the Molotov, it just depends on when he wants to use it. Shroud with the Deagle in hand. If he can land this shot, will take him out of the scenario. Let's best him, and the defuse has to come in.
Yeah, and what looked to be a pretty easy run for Complexity, just basing off of Cloud9's buy. So again, there witmer getting caught off guard with the AWP on lower, and just really put Complexity in a very bad situation. Just trying to cover the AWP there to the best of his abilities. I believe it was sancz, but just getting one of them, and Stewie with a great round. Slemmy, like I said, also putting that headshot on one of the Complexity members in the beginning of the round on Ivy as well. Didn't really, maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal as well, but if the longer the round goes on, it goes into like situations like that, it's gonna be extremely low, and I think that was one of the reasons why they ended up winning that round. Here we go, aggressive approach here from Cloud9.
Really effective, especially against Android. If Shawn can find the frag, instantly does it. He was having a little bit there. dephh with a nice trade as he pops out a pop dog though. So on that headshot on towards nothing. But things should slow down a little bit now. I was going to say Skadoodle. Just on landing that leg, but it doesn't really matter. The Molotov obviously will burn dephh out of the situation.
Scary there. Complexity. Oh, Cloud9 wasn't really. Didn't really have anyone holding pop dog, so. It's a good job from Cloud9 so far. Like I said, go aggressive, take that initial frag, and then you can fall back. Right now it's a 4-on-3 situation, so like I say, can't really afford to go do their hero plays. Gonna have to try and do something together.
Shroud. Just waiting on top of that ladder there, seeing if the push is going to come towards him. Obviously, there's an awful lot of nation towards mid. The shot comes out as he takes down ECS. Let's go back for more as well. sancz. He's going to be the man. Trying to find the frag. Witmer with the bomb. He needs to get it down fairly soon. 15 seconds left on the clock. We're playing one. Wanted to switch over to get the second. But Shroud had different ideas.
Yeah, good job by Cloud9. Like I said, it's. I mean, now for this coming round here, you can actually fall back again. Now you don't have to play aggressive for this coming round. Just play a little bit more defensive. Let Skadoodle work the picks. Maybe even give some help for Slemmy here, because he has seemed to be getting a little bit of abuse over an ID. Maybe even possible station Skadoodle there for just one round and get that frag. So Complexity second guesses that aggressive play.
ECS somehow being able to get away with that. Absolutely ridiculous. Just spamming through the smoke, takes down Slemmy. Things as well, they've only ever played that one man towards Ivy, so if they wanted to try and go for the aggression, they would be able to slip through. Seen them having to rotate Skadoodle around to hold it back.
That's something we should have seen in the beginning of the round here.
Trying to defend it with his life, but the Molotov's coming in, force him to back off. He can't just try and hold that angle. Gives him so much more room to play with on the side of complexity now as they just go for this pincer play towards the A bomb site. They'll all explode together at the same time, try and overwhelm the CTs defending the site. Skadoodle and Shroud doing their job fantastically to just hold them back. Begin to reposition as well. Shroud hungry for more frags and see if he's going to be able to find them here as they begin to push in. Goes on for a sick little shot on towards Witmer, but Android with a frag coming in. The next one on towards Skadoodle. This will be great. 1 versus 1 now. That's have utility. And would need to reclaim that bomb. 40 seconds to play with. Is allowed to get up Pop Dog and head towards that B bomb site. Still 30 seconds left.
Yes, do with Tamale. I believe that he should realize here that he actually opted to go in. Will also be fine too.
That bomb wanted. Smith goes down. Paranoid that he might have been coming from connector. If Androids make so much noise here and doesn't actually work out the positioning of Stewie, it could be absolutely horrific for him. Stewie doesn't have the kit. Just slowly tiptoes around, just bides his time. Doesn't need to go overly aggressive here. Android gets himself away, but still peeks out and claims it. It's going to be the hat trick for him. And he gets complexity back in the game.
Yeah, good job again by Android, saving the round from complexity. Skadoodle missing the shot there when Android was actually killing off Shroud. Misses 2 shots, and then after the second one, Android just takes the peek there, putting it in a one-on-one situation with Stewie, and Stewie throwing a bunch of nades on Ivy. He just opted to go in there, get the bomb down in good positioning. Here we go. An Ivy aggressive play here. I like it. I like it. Oh, good job.
B hopping around, absolutely fantastic stuff. So the frag move he plays coming out there as he takes down Witmer. Skadoodle with another one as well, just proving how they utilise these orcs on that side of Cloud9 to obliterate everyone. Very close to getting that follow-up frag, but unfortunately he will get a little bit of brutality there. He just gets taken down by Android. Trade comes in from Slemmy, using that UMP quite effectively. If they can get the bomb down, it will help them out as they will get that extra cash. Close to doing so. They'll eventually do it just as nothing pulls the trigger.
Yeah, smart from dephh there and just putting the bomb down, knowing that the round is pretty much over. And good job by Cloud9 again. They are actually, you can see there like the difference in rounds. So they are actually talking about what is going on even without using the timeouts. It's like, okay, what's happening? Okay, they're pushing Ivy. Okay, let's try and, I have a good spawn here. Let me try and get a pick. Shroud gets the entry, and what happens there? You see it end up winning the round extremely fast, and it worked out. Same with the main connector, the T connector push as well, ends up pushing, wins the round. Once you play defensive, you don't have that much ground to work on, you end up losing the round. Even though it's close, it's like these smaller areas that you just end up dropping rounds on, and now winning this round, you're putting complexity on a save, so it should be 7-7 here.
Yeah, complexity in such a horrible spot, just with these pistols. Thing is, Stewie in this elevated angle with a high ground on lockdown should just be able to rip his way for everyone, but dephh, reaction shot comes out. His head clean off, nothing with TK. Skadoodle comes in with one. Shroud's going to find another frag on towards Witmer, and it's just left on dephh. Once again, did get the bomb planted. But he should fall very shortly. Just protect on in hand, 11 HP. Just playing it in the smoke, hoping they wouldn't expect him to just sit on the bomb like that. Might find a frag, but maybe about it. Not even going to happen. Nothing spammed through the smoke, and we'll get the defuse.
Yeah, 7-7, getting the bomb down at least. So we will see a pretty decent buy come from complexity once again. It's going to be fun to see here what Cloud9 decides to do. I really hope that they don't opt to go for that defensive setup again, because it clearly hasn't been working. You don't have to go overly aggressive, but you at least want to play aggressive to the point where if they do use the smoke round, that you are at least close and you can counter it. You don't have to push into T-Connect, you don't have to push Ivy. Just use the Molotovs and smokes that you have to your advantage once that actual play comes in.
Smoke down over. Flash in as well. Find that way towards the B-bomb site. dephh with the entry. Maybe a return to form here. It definitely would be the time for him to start showing up again. The smoke goes down, trying to force them to potentially put some more manpower towards that B-bomb site, expecting the push. They haven't really taken the bite just yet. Oh, Shroud towards mid as well. The power play could be absolutely ridiculous as he tries to gain that extra control. That's the backup of nothing, so both of them watching this angle together could be ridiculously powerful. And dephh, meanwhile, just coming in for the backstab. Has all the time in the world to rotate over. Can catch Skadoodle off guard here. We'll hear him jumping around, but didn't quite spot him out. Ever so slowly, just gets up behind him. Has all the time in the world. Will eventually react and find that frag.
Yeah, leaves B completely open. You see the rotation coming from complexity. Offense going down. Dephh in a pretty decent position as well.
Oh yeah, such a bit of a blind spot here. They have to walk straight into it, but Slemmy was able to overwhelm him. Smiling into all that. AK-47 now witmer. Flicks over, shuts down nothing. What else can he achieve? Just Slemmy and Shroud left standing. Trying to go through this retake. This is definitely winnable for the complexity side. A great tag coming out there from witmer. sancz will finish off Shroud. And it's all left on Slemmy. He needs to go in for the 1v3 to actually pick this up. And do so. Great headshot comes out. Has to act ridiculously quickly. Sprints his way on towards the site. Just taps the bomb. Basically needs to hold it into this. Almost gets away with it. 3 seconds left on the clock, but sancz will peek. Take him down.
Yeah, complexity getting the entry and Cloud9 trying to do something with it. Pushing into T connector. I think that was a good approach. A little bit of a shame that Skadoodle just completely missed dephh there on the inner bomb side, because I think that was pretty much their only way out to win that round in trying to get Skadoodle and just leaving the B bomb side completely wide open. Overall, I think for complexity, good job, and for Cloud9 as well to try and adapt to the aggressive play from complexity on the outer bomb side. 8-7 is actually not too bad of a scoreline for either team, I'd say.
Yeah.
And train is sure, it's a little bit T-sided, but which you see that here as well. It's only one round, but extremely even, and it's gonna be fun to see here what kind of approach Cloud9 has to this.
Yeah, obviously a ridiculously important pistol round once again to try and kick things off and set the pace of the game very early on. This is where complexity, if they want to try and keep that hype going, need to lock it down.
Yeah, only really a smoke and a defuse kit on witmer. Everyone else with armor. And Skadoodle and nothing with armor utility. 3 flashbangs and 2 smoke grenades here. I do like this. Cloud9 is not really using any nades. It's just putting a lot of manpower in taking control of inner just in case complexity decide to push. And now when you do have that information, they just fall back all the way over to T connector. You're going to have this one guy that's going to be going down pop dog, but we'll see here the smokes will come into play here shortly.
Push towards B early on for Stewie to just try and get them to focus quite heavily on him. It's a nice crossfire as well with Android and sancz to try and bait them in. If they don't clear that angle, sancz should really be able to mock them up quite easily. Here comes that push. Enjoying the majority of the work on his own though. They take down sancz. He gets 1 kill on towards Slemmy. They're still trying to push into him. The follow-up frag goes in. And there's the hat trick. It was great stuff. And ECS with T to finish that one off. Complexity instantly coming into action there with a pistol.
Good hold there. sancz getting completely wrecked on Ivy there. It's a little bit of a bad positioning with the USB because it's so close quarters, but Android just picked up the slack there and getting that 3 kill. Cloud9 with the little bit of an Ivy push when you smoke off the other side, and that flashbang didn't really do anything. And the Cloud9 members were a little bit too defensive coming into there. Nice shots coming in from Android.
Oh, Slemmy finds that frag towards Ivy. We'll be able to take down ECS. Or bomb train as well. Stewie just tapping an abundance of shots into the head of witmer. It's going to be awkward though. sancz being able to claw it back a little bit, but it just comes down to dephh. 1 versus 3. This overly aggressive style of play from Cloud9 really has just overwhelmed everyone on the side of complexity. dephh finds 1 frag, still has to get 2 more, and he's not too healthy at all. Green around the gills. Oh, that bomb going down. It's just a fake to try and bait him in. Molotov goes over, unfortunately won't connect onto anyone there. Shroud has the angle, instantly pulls the trigger and takes him down.
Yeah, Good job by Cloud9. I'm just gonna comment on the fact that Slemmy was the only one who bought P250 and armor, which doesn't really make any sense. Everyone else just bought regular pistols, no real nades. They had like one flash or maybe even two. Getting the first one, good job by Slemmy, and then pushing out there. Witmer gets so incredibly flashed on that bomb site, getting him as well. And then all of a sudden, he just fell apart from complexity. Around that Cloud9 should not have won.
Definitely a bit of an interesting round there. Just overwhelmed complexity, and they didn't have much of an answer for it. So very unfortunate. Playing beneath Pop Dog as well. This could actually work out quite well. They try and just burst their way out. Obviously, that's really going to rely quite heavily on Witmer. Unfortunately, the rest of the Phoenix is hitting the ground. He hasn't been able to come into effect. 4 HP left on him as well. When he does go for the peak, it's too little, too late. He doesn't find a frag. Sancz the last man to go down, and Cloud9 have equalised the scoreline now.
Yeah, taking over A together and not really giving away a single frag to complexity. Forced to be on yet another save. We will see some pistols coming in though. dephh with the deagle and an HE. A lot of deagles once more. Seems to be the complexity thing now.
Because a lot of their players are very effective with it. We've seen them actually utilising the range efficiency that the deagle has very well, especially Android. Just being able to land those one taps, he's got an awful lot of composure. But it's going to be hard because you will be overwhelmed very easily by these AKs on that side of Cloud9.
Complexity taking the gamble from outside again. You only have one guy in there. Cloud9 taking their time. Oh, there's a good gamble from complexity though.
Jumping towards that bomb site. Stewie getting the opener as he lands firmly on the ground. sancz goes back for more as well, rattles off those shots. Flurry of bullets, but couldn't actually pick that one up. Nothing will take down Witmer. And it's into a 3 versus 5. Stewie, last man going over, peeks out. Cutting down Akis, just single-handedly toying with everyone on complexity, just ripping them apart.
Just waiting for Android to get a one-tap. Oh, first round with the deagle, that he doesn't get a frag. That's a start. Again, good approach by Cloud9. The two ecos that they had, or the two anti-ecos that they had here, not even losing a single member. The first weapon round in play now with Witmer on the op. Same as Skadoodle. A lot of utility on the complexity side as well. Just gonna see what kind of approach they start off with.
Witmer. Looks like he's going to be trying to go for that very aggressive peek, and this is a fantastic counter. The Molotov going in, burns him to a crisp. He did get that frag. Surprised he even got away with that one, but great stuff. That's why they use those Molotovs to try and equalise that situation instantly. So smart initiative from Cloud9 there.
Yeah, and this only benefits Cloud9. You're sure what Witmer got the frag there, but it's a 4-on-4, just opens up the sights a little bit more for Cloud9, giving them a little bit more space to potentially do an execute here. Only one member on complexity side or at the B bomb sites. And on top of that, they lose their op. They are taking their time here. I do like this approach. This is what I was talking about. Just take your time and spend some of your nades to have the CT side just second guessing themselves, using a lot of utility. You see the rotate coming in there just from Shroud, just making a little bit of noise. Opens up the map even more.
Nothing was actually going to try and take the battle to him there, just jump through the Molotov, but second guessed himself a little bit and will be holding out. Now is going to be when he strikes. Unfortunately, he already takes the first shot. He's able to actually go through, gets that shot off on towards Android, and the follow-up frag goes up for the hat-trick as well. Fantastic stuff coming out there from nothing. Single-handedly just annihilates everyone on the scene, and it just comes down to sancz. A 1v4. All spot on the barrel of nothing, connects the headshot, when it's going to be hard for him to do anything else into the round.
Yeah, nothing was just supposed to be a little dummy there, going out Ivy and just creating some noise. Even if you fall down, saw there, as all this took place, nothing with the 3 kill, Cloud9 was already on the B bomb, so getting the bomb down, so good job on nothing. But yes, you saw there as well, he actually really wanted to run through that Molotov because they were getting stressed. But he kept his cool and he waited for it. The smoke was still in play and ran past the smoke, getting the guy in quad, which is a little bit off from Complexity. That call should have been made way sooner. It's like, oh, I'm smoked off, watch out for quad. He could actually go in and kill you. Should have been a little bit of a change in positioning from Complexity. But nonetheless, good job by Cloud9. Complexity will be on yet another save.
Look at the Ivy aggression coming out here from Complexity though. The first time they've really actually tried to put that much focus into it. Oh, sancz. Great stuff with the Eagle. Gets the opening frag, goes back for more, trying to land it on towards Stewie, but couldn't quite do it. Getting a bit burnt as well. His feet getting quite hot. He had to run into his opponents and they do take him down. Android will claim that frag over on towards Slemmy as he taps away. Nothing with the frag on towards ECS, and it is a 3 versus 3 witmer. Coming out. Should very easily find this frag towards Skadoodle. Spots him out, taps him away. If he recovers the AWP, this would be fantastic for him. And meanwhile, his teammates doing all the hard work, just destroying everyone in front of him. And there's the power play as well. Grab the AWP, picks off nothing. And they finally come back into it. 10 rounds towards Cloud9's 11. But the money they have is just ridiculous on that side, so they will be able to get the buyout instantly. Yeah,
Complexity pushing Ivy there, and Cloud9 don't really even have a single person holding that position. And when they go out, sure, that one tap from sancz open up the round a little bit more for Complexity, but that's a round that Cloud9 cannot afford to lose. Despite losing that one, you can still hold your positions a little bit. Just play your long distance weapons towards the pistols and just take your time. Good job nonetheless for Complexity.
This is the first time we've seen Cloud9 actually going for the A smokes as well, just to try and divide the site off a little bit, and this could really confuse Complexity. They won't actually know how to deal with this because they'll be unsure how Cloud9 are going to play for this, if they are actually just going to go for the A take because it's the first time they've really done it. Nice stuff from dephh as well. Finds that frag on towards Stewie. Had the better angle in that one towards the B bomb site. Here's the push towards A. They're finally going to start to go in. Skadoodle gets that frag on towards Android, brings it back into a 4 versus 4, but has to claim more. Goes for the pot shot towards Connector. Unfortunately, didn't land it. Won't matter though, as nothing follows through. Really stepping up for his side as he lands that shot into the cranium of dephh. witmer's going to also follow suit as he hits the ground from Slemmy. Skadoodle keeping it up, and shroud with the final frag. That bomb, if it can get it down as well, will be a nice little bit of extra cash. Unfortunately not.
Yeah, 3 members from Complexity still have a lot of money though. Cloud9, as you were saying, there was the first time they did the smoke round and they were taking their sweet time. Smokes went down and you saw the mollies coming in from Complexity trying to counter it, but despite the fact that Cloud9 lost a member there inside, they just ended up going forward anyway.
Android with the aggression towards Ivy. It's a good thing. He has the backup of his teammate as well. And he gets the shot, so it doesn't even matter. He'll be able to take him down. But there would have been that possibility for the trade if things went wrong. He should have spotted out the bomb, I believe, as well, so they can relay that teammate to rotate back and just put the information over, because they'll know sort of what Cloud9 might be up to. Unfortunately, dephh getting overly aggressive, walks straight into the crosshairs of Stewie.
No mistake on deph's part there. You have the bomb down, you're in the advantage.
On the site, Shroud just taking it as a personal death match. Fights them down. Witmer, unfortunately, whipping the shot, forcing position. Stewie was slightly too quick, got the better angle to pick him off. ECS on the site. The only man really holding on at this point. Cloud9. I'd be surprised if they actually lost this one. It does seem like the smarter decision has been made for ECS and Android just to back off and hold on to those weapons. Their economy absolutely busted at this point.
Yeah, they were debating on if they want to go for it there, getting that second kill on the board, but they don't have a defuse kit, and with the op there as well, low on money, decides to just end up saving instead. A little bit too aggressive on deph's part there. Yeah, you did see the bomb down, but when the operator that was spotting it ends up falling back, then you also want to play it a little bit more safe, play defensively, because if you're not holding the bomb, then there's no point in really trying to push, especially so early into the round as well. It's coming close now for Cloud9 on 13 rounds. And look at Complexity's money here. They do have the AK and they have the AWP, but pretty much anything else, they're they're opting to go for a pretty much of a save and just utilize the 2 weapons that you saved. And just try and do something with it.
The aggression to make us could actually be very effective if you can get the opening frag. It just depends on the timing, so it could be quite hard. Skadoodle as well, very close angle. Unfortunately, ECS, he saw the shoulder and overreacted, going for the spam. Won't be able to get that shot off. Witmer just walks straight out as well when Skadoodle gets that pick, and things are just getting so much easier for Complexity now. For Cloud9, even Complexity basically just offering themselves up.
Yeah, Complexity is just taking too much of gamble here. It's starting to fall apart. They're not even working together. They're pushing one by one on specific areas, and Cloud9 being very smart and just playing it very safe here, just holding positions. Got to 200, didn't really have to do anything. And ECS was obviously the first one that initially ended up pushing onto the B upper area. Didn't really get a payoff for it. Away from over peeking on IV, and then we also have dephh just pushing in by himself in T connector. Very sloppy so far. Use the 2 weapons that you have to your advantage and work around that instead.
Smokes over. ECS on top of bomb train here. Really does ride on him to actually be the power man in this round. 20 seconds. Ticking away, but Stewie, he's been very on point with his shots, looking so crisp with this AK-47. Takes him down, nothing with a follow-up frag as well, it's just left on Android. A 1v5. Can't quite land these shots. He'll eventually be able to find one on towards Stewie, but even then, it doesn't seem like he'll be able to do much more after that. They are just going to be rushing straight into him. Nice headshot on towards nothing. But what else can he achieve? Panicking. I'm trying to clear all these angles. Not really sure where the next peak will actually come from. Let's hear that noise, but I'm just trying to overwhelm him, sprinting straight into him now. And there's going to be that final blow. Slemmy takes him down with a headshot.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to stay alive, saving the off there, but will not happen. So Complexity coming into this 25th round and with not an off. And we haven't... Did Complexity use the timeout the previous? Yeah, they did on 14-14. But on this one as well, haven't really used the timeout. I think probably something they should have done to just discuss. Okay, what can we do differently here?
Yeah, it does seem like they haven't really changed much up. We've only seen that one sort of aggressive push towards Ivy, if I remember correctly. So Complexity seeming quite cookie cutter at this point.
Yeah, this is going to be the first aggressive player coming from Complexity.
This could work out really well as well if they can actually find their way through. Unfortunate thing is obviously Skadoodle has that angle covered toward mid. So it just depends on the timing more so than anything to actually get out. And talking about that time in dephh, focusing towards lower at just the wrong time. So he lands the headshot and just gives all this free roam to just push around. Witmer will be spotted out as well. Luckily he wasn't taken down just yet. Wants to bring the fight actually to Stewie, but instant headshot. Taking him out of the situation. That bomb is going to go down. Android trying to counter as he floods in towards the bomb site. Shot off on towards Shroud. Stewie actually goes down as well. It's a 3 versus 3. There's potential into this round, finally, for Complexity. But they have to keep this ball rolling. They can't run out of steam now. Skadoodle doing damage with that Tech 9. They're slamming for a shot on towards Android as well, just leaving sancz. 1 versus 3. Pushed from behind by Skadoodle. The AWP shot will be fired against the ground.
Such a great gamble there by Stewie, just going very aggressive on B upper, getting that initial frag, also getting the second one onto Witmer, and I mean Complexity took the gamble and just having one player on the B bomb site, which is pretty much the default setup with the gamble onto pushing into T connector. Didn't really pay out, and yeah, Cloud9 on map and match point.
Yeah, and this could be the final nail in the coffin as well. As you can see how evident that weak economy for Complexity really is. It's a horrendous buy that's come out, the UMP, the 2 Mag 7s, and those fallacies. Unfortunately as well, I'm not even sure where those Mag 7s were playing. They're only really going to be effective in close range, and it doesn't look like they actually have the distance on their side. One of them towards Ivy, just sort of backing up ECS. Okay, that could work in sort of that combo.
I think the other one is the pop dog.
Yeah, Slemmy, if he does actually drop down, as you were saying, Android just playing by pop dog, definitely an easy shot for him to land. Could find that frag.
Is Cloud9 actually pushing Ivy here? That's a little bit weird.
Oh, witmer as well. He's been given enough space to go for that frag on towards Stewie. And great stuff. Didn't even need to wait for nothing to walk in front so they could get him in the crossfire. sancz just peeks with the mag 7 and makes it work. This scrappy buy actually coming through very effectively. That Molotov does force Android back, but you can still just push in a little bit later, and dephh using the UMP to find the frag on towards Shroud. Somehow they've got second wind when they're in the worst economic state they've ever been in the game. That goes down to alarm entry and towards the bomb site. What more down Slemmy, and it's just left on Skadoodle. And there's that mag 7 to take him down.
Yeah, and here we come again, or here we go again with the sloppy place on anti-eco rounds. They know, well, it's not even an anti-eco round, but it's a round where you should know the complexity is going to be extremely low on money. Nothing just going completely by himself for Red Ivy. You had ECS push there in the beginning of the round, but then just, I think the Cloud9 ended up not spotting it for a while, and then nothing just went to clear it. But he's completely by himself, and not really holding the B upper as well, where dephh came in with the SMG. Very sloppy from Cloud9.
Yeah, massive shame there into that one, Slemmy. And this close angle, trying to push through, seeing if he can find anything there. Towards me, definitely the one picking on Makers with a nice frag as well. There's witmer, alarm the shot on towards Shroud, and I think we'll get the trade. Stewie still causing havoc. He takes down Akis, the Molotov, and they does go in. And the shot together, he takes down sancz. It's just there. Down to 2. And they're beginning to fall as well. This could be the final round. Cloud9 could pick it up and end it all here. If they take down witmer, that will be the final now in the coffin. Oh, in hand. It really does all rely on him onto this one. He's just trying to work out what's going on. We'll realise that that is going to be that A bomb site. They're panicking a little bit, seeing everyone's playing close by. Let's have a kit. Has a little bit of utility as well, but it's going to be so horrific to actually get onto that site and achieve anything at this point. Activating the ground, wants to get the high ground to see if he can clear things. Jumps back down on towards the bomb. You can see the levels of fear within him as he's panicking, switching around all over the place. Deagle. Trying to land the shot on towards nothing. He can't really do it. A bit aggressive, panics. Somehow he's even still alive at this point. Went back for the no-scope, but it won't pay off. And that's going to be Cloud9 with a 16-11 scoreline, picking that up with a 2-0, with a 2-1 even.
Yeah, Stewie playing that round so well, playing it so aggressive, going in, just being a nuisance for complexity and using the smokes and the ladders, also Molotov to his advantage, and just getting so much space for Cloud9 and nothing, just holding it very defensively there in the beginning, getting that pick on the complexity rotator. So I think overall complexity, or Stewie2K, for me at least on train was MVP. And yeah, I think it holds true again with Cloud9, you know, starting to wake up at the later stages of this best of 3. And yeah, train was looking good for him. It was looking bad in the beginning. I mean, 8-7 they clawed it back, but then on their T approach, it looked like completely looked a little bit lost, got a little bit frustrated, over pushed in situations they really shouldn't have, didn't really work together. But you also saw obviously some mistakes on Cloud9's side as well, where 2 ecos, or anti-ecos rather, or anti-force buys, where they just initially just go by themselves and ends up losing the rounds for it. And that's something that they should take away from this game, is we still need to work on those anti-force buys and anti-eco rounds. It's just do stuff together and never leave one player by himself. Because if he ends up going down, we saw that on complexity side as well. You know, you gave Stewie an AK, he ends up winning the round because of the fact that you're not even playing with your team.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well, sort of, that's something we've touched on every time we've seen Cloud9 currently, and they do seem to take far too long to warm up. How do you even combat that sort of as a team? What is the sort of factor behind that? Because it seems like such a hard thing. Obviously, this is a best of 3 environment where they do have a little bit of breathing room, but if that's a best of 1, that would have been the game swept away from them instantly. So how do you really sort of combat that and get that sorted?
You just have to start on a good note. Like I was talking about, like play a little bit aggressive in the beginning of the game. Just try and get your groove in. Even if the communication is a little bit sloppy in the beginning, at least you have that communication going. Because most of the times when you're a little bit cold, maybe the comms aren't that great, you're trying to get into the game, and then you try to do a little bit too much for yourself, rather than, you know, okay, well, let's work together. Okay, Stu, you want to push B? I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, have a good spawn. Let's work together and just get the communication rolling, and on top of that, getting that little bit of aggressive play and the team chemistry going.
Yeah, because that's the scary thing as well. We didn't really see them, obviously. They started off on their CT half on Dust 2, but it seemed like when they were there, because they didn't have that T-soft start where you can kind of condition your enemy to play the style SCS you want, that was really one of the deciding factors as well. They were so sort of pinned in, they had to play that style SCS, and playing sort of CT sides early for them does sort of seem to be the big thing. Where they're not warm, they can't land their shots, and definitely just saying it seems like communication sort of seems to fall apart.
Yeah, and I mean, a secondary approach as well. When things aren't working, you really need to be extremely snappy on, okay, what can we do to counter this? And it didn't really happen the first 3 halves, actually, like on Dust 2 in general, and also on Cash in the beginning, but then going it back, and when you see there, I mean, look at how Stu played, for example, this train game, right? You didn't really see that on Dust 2, nor on Cash. But getting warm and getting a feel for the game just makes him play so much better.
Yeah, obviously some fantastic results that actually went down there. But guys, if you want to keep up to date with all that stuff, you can download the Score Esports app to stay deep and greet with all the nitty-gritty that goes on. Obviously some fantastic results tonight with Cloud9, really soaring through, bringing it back in towards that second map. And they need to keep that sort of stuff up to go through. I mean, it did come down to the wire at one point, and that's a scary factor. I mean, Cash could have gone either way. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the thing is, one thing to keep in mind as well is that for teams here, I mean, a win is a win. Yeah, they ended up scraping by yesterday versus TSM as well, and then today, same thing, 2-1 scoreline. But it's still 2 wins that they pick up from here and moving into potentially the finals here. Yeah, they really need to try and keep that level of aggression going and ride their way through. I mean, for complexity as well, that's the other thing that we sort of touched on slightly, that in this sort of environment they have in this league where you've got so long to sort of play against everyone and really sort of get down to that wire, one of the more beneficial factors is they can review how close this potential win could have been, sort of get those things sorted, and it does help you out. You have that sort of structure in the environment to really keep things going towards the end there, and you never know. I mean, off the back of reviewing that, their Cash could be a lot stronger into the future. No, I mean, that's what you want to take away from every single game you play here, even in all the leagues, in all the tournaments you play, right? Like, after you're done with the game, you go back and you review. The idea is when you play an official game, after every official game, you should improve. You should always look into what are we doing wrong, what are we doing good, and improve based off of that. And then the practice time you have is obviously to try to sort out your mistakes. And that's how you improve as a team. And then obviously you can go in with a little bit more maybe of an anti-strat heavy tactic as well. Let's say that you play a team that you used to play with a lot, then you don't want to revolve your whole game in anti-stratting, but you want to have at least a little bit of an idea what they like to do. Yeah, so obviously a lot of things for him to think for there to try and start into the following week. I mean, who sort of was your sort of overall player there for both sides? I mean, it seemed like Stewie definitely stepped it up in towards the later stages of that, but definitely on Cash was definitely sort of power player. Yeah, I mean, Shroud had some pretty nice rounds. Witmer on us too as well. Stewie, like you're saying as well, I feel like Stewie actually won the train game there. And but I don't think yeah, sure, Slemmy had a little bit of a bad game on train there on the seat side in the beginning. So did Witmer on Cash, and a little bit back and forth. Skadoodle was pretty much, didn't really notice him too much. You know, and when you do have these 2 incredible rifle players on your team, the Skadoodle is supposed to just be your pillar, right? Where it's like you get that frag, you get your disable player, and let your star players work. And I feel like Skadoodle did most of that. Awesome. So some great CS, but obviously there's going to be so much more great CS going down at the Wembley Arena. If you guys want to come down and get involved with that, you definitely can. That's on the 25th and 26th of June. 8 of the world's best teams are going to be competing there. You can get tickets on wembley.csgoleague.com. But that is going to be everything from today. We will leave you with the Corsair Rapid Fire Plays of the Week.